Hi guys, hopefully you enjoyed mean, median, and mode, the toads. So I thought you might enjoy listening to a toad over me. We'll see. Anyway, so you got your math lesson, you read your textbook, you've listened to the toads. Let's do some problem solving, and then we're gonna work through some of the lesson activities. That was your homework, okay? So basically I just want you to be familiar with these terms and kind of use them a little bit. So the problem solving was a little bit tricky. It has to do with the 365 days of a year, which we know it's 365 and a quarter days for the rotation. So that's why we have leap year. We had that all on a math lesson previously. So we always say that there's 52 weeks in a year. So there's 365 days in a year. And we say that there are 52 weeks in a year. Well, not quite. It's 52 weeks and a day. Because if you took 365 and divided it by 7, which are how many days are in a week, it's 52 weeks in a day or in a year. So what your lesson is telling you is if a common year starts on a Tuesday, if January 1 is on Tuesday, what day will it be the next year? Well, we're going to use logical reasoning, make it simpler. Either one of those strategies would work. If we had a Tuesday, then the next Tuesday, 1 week from Tuesday would be Tuesday. All right? And then 2 weeks from Tuesday would be Tuesday. 3 weeks from Tuesday would be Tuesday. 4 weeks from Tuesday would be Tuesday. 52 weeks from Tuesday would be Tuesday. So if we know there's 365 days in the year, we know we're going to have to add, and it's 52 weeks and 1 day. If it's Tuesday to Tuesday for 52 weeks, and 1 day, it would be Wednesday the next year. The next year it's going to be on Wednesday. Okay? So you can figure that out. If it's Thursday, if January 1 is Thursday, then the next year, January 1 is going to be Friday. Okay? That's the problem solving. Let's get right to the lesson. Hopefully you read through that and you understood that the mean is just another word for average. They mean the same thing. The mode is the number that occurs the most. The median is the number that's in the middle. And the range is how far between the numbers. Now, the only other thing, and the range you didn't see with the frogs. Hopefully when you read your lesson, you picked up on that. And then there was another word I wanted you to get, and that was outlier. And that is a number that is just out there. It's out there. It's not anywhere in the realm of the rest of your data. Okay? And we're going to go through all of these too. There's some little tricks that I like to use to remember. The mode, M-O, is the one with the most. That kind of helps, mode and most. The median is in the middle, and they both have the D's in the middle. None of the other words have the D for middle. And the rest, I think, are, range. You kind of know, what is the range? This number to this number, how far? The mean is the average, and that one you're just going to have to remember, okay? And your outlier is just a number that's crazy. We're going to have examples. We're going to do all of these on the lesson practice. So let's do the lesson practice together. And that is A. So have your whiteboards out. We're going to do A on the lesson practice. So go to page 614. And we're going to do lesson practice A. Find the mean, median, mode, and range of Janelle's game points shown below. Okay, so let's get that part first. So what you need to do whenever you have a set of data, and we've got a set of data is 50, 80, 90, 85, 90, 95, 90, and 100. First thing you're going to do, put them in order from least to greatest, all right? So everybody do that right now on your whiteboards. So the least number looks like it will be 50. And then the next number will be 80. And then the next number looks like 85. And then looks like we have 3 90s. So 50, 80, 85, 3 90s, a 95, and a 100. All right, so let's count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'm missing one. 50, 80, 85, 90, 90, 90. Oh, I only put 2 90s. See, that's why you need to check your work, even to make sure that you're writing the problem correctly. So 90, 90, 90, 95, and 100, okay? So, we've got all of these numbers to add up. So add them up, and I'm going to add them up, and we'll see if we get the same thing. 5 and 5 are 10. And the way I do it, I'm going to take this 1, 2, 3, 4 is, I have a little scrap, I always do little scrap sheets. 45, 1, 2, 2 eighths are 16, and then 6. Makes it easier for me. Okay, I got 680. All right, okay, so we're working on the mean. And what you do, you put least number to greatest number, add up. What are my total points? And here, what is it? Janelle's game points. So her total game points was 680. Then we have to count how many numbers are we adding together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. Okay? So we're going to take 680 and divide that, the total points, we're going to divide by how many numbers we have, which is 8. Okay? So 680 divided by 8, 6 divided by 8 is nothing, so 68 divided by 8 will go in 8 times. Prove it. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 minus 4 is 4. Bring down the 0. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40, and we are finished. So our mean number or average number is 85. So we take all the points, and it's just like we had on our math lesson the other day. To find the mean is exactly like finding the average, okay? So like if these were test scores, you add up all the points you get on making a test, 680 points, and then how many tests did you take? 8. The average score you would have scored on your test is 85. That would be your grade, okay? So this happens to be Janelle's points. 85, you should be familiar with that because we've had that lesson on averaging, okay? So now let's do, let's find the mode. Remember, the mode is the one with the most numbers. So the mode is real easy to find because we have our data from least to greatest, so we have all the numbers together, and it's very evident that the mode is 90. This is the mode because 90 appears 3 times, and it's more than any of the other numbers. Okay, so we've done mean, we've done mode. Let's do, what's left? They want us to do mean? Okay, and the median. The median is the one in the middle. So this is how I do it. I go through, I circled the top number, the bottom number, then the next number, then the next number. The top from the bottom, from the top, from the bottom, and they meet right here. Now that happens that the number is 90 on both. So our median number is also 90. Okay? Now remember they said when there's an even number, what you do is you take these two numbers and you add them together. 90 plus 90. That would be 180. Then you're going to divide them by 2 because there's 190 and 290. So 180 divided by 2 is 90. When they're the same number, you know it's going to be 90, right? Okay. You know it's going to, if they're the same number, you know it's going to be that number. But it works even if you use the rule, okay? All right, so the median, it has the D in it. Median for middle is 90. So we found the mean is 85. The average score is 85. The score that she scored most often was a 90. And her median score is 90. Right in the middle of her scores, okay? So the only other thing that we have to find is the range. And to get the range, you take the biggest number, which is 100, was her biggest score, and subtract the smallest number, which is the 50. And that gives us 50. So the range is 50. There are 50 points between her lowest score of 50 and her highest score of 100. There are 50 points in that range. That's a big range, okay? All right, and then the last thing that they wanted to know is there an outlier in this set of points? Yes, 50 is 30 points away from everything else. So 50 is our outlier. Okay? All right, so that's all 4. Hopefully you were able to work through that with me. If you could not keep up so fast, play the video, rewind it, think about it, stop the video, think about it. Okay? You can do it that way. Let's go on and work B together. This is all brand new material for you. And you will be using this in 4th grade. So you'll be working on this again in 4th grade. So that's why I wanted to be sure and cover this with you this year. It says to find the mean, median, mode, and range of this set of numbers. Now, it gives us, there's 5 numbers. Remember, we want to put them up here from least to greatest. Now, one of the things that I would caution you about, when you're working out of your book, you're not supposed to write in your book, right? So how do you know you've got them all? What you might do is you can write the problem, which I never mind you doing, on your papers, and then you can mark off the ones that you've done. That would have been a lot handier up above. I wouldn't have made that mistake of leaving that 90 off. So now I want to put these in order from least to greatest. So I can see, okay, 25. And then my next smallest number is going to be 28, and then 30, and then 31, and 31. Okay, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm good. Now, It wants us to find the mean first. So the mean, it's the average. So I'm going to add them together, divide by how many numbers I have. So let's add it together. So I've got 5 and 8 are 13, 14, 15. We've got 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 14. So 145. How many numbers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to divide 145 by, that's my total points, by the 5 numbers. So 14 divided by 5 will go in 2 times. Leaves me 4. I'll bring down my 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So my mean for this group of numbers is 29, is my mean. And notice I don't have a 29 over here. I don't have a number that's 29, but 29 is my average or my mean of all of these numbers, okay? All right. The next thing I need to find is the mode. Which number occurs the most? Here it is, right here. 31 is on there 2 times, so there's my mode. The next thing is the range. My range is 31. Take your highest number, subtract your smallest number, 25. So my range is 6. There are 6 points between 25 and 31. So it's a range of 6. Okay? And that's all that it needs us to find on B. Let's look at C. Okay, so C says, find the median of the test scores shown below. Explain how you found your answer. Okay, so we're just finding the median. So the first thing we've got to do is list them from least to greatest. So I'm going to go ahead and copy the problem because I really like being able to mark off as I'm doing them. So 75, 80, 80, 90, and then 95 and 100. Okay, so least to greatest. Oh, you know what? It looks like they're already listed from least to greatest. That makes it easy. So I've got 75, 80, 80, 90, 95, and 100. Yep, they are already in order for us, so that's great. So the median. Now, the median, again, the way I like to do it is, I like to go down. If I take one from the bottom, I take one from the top. Take one from the bottom, take one from the top. Take one from the bottom, take one from the top. And that gets my median right here. Now it's between 80 and 90, and it worked that way because I have an even number of numbers. So to find that, I want to find what is the number in between 80 and 90. Well, you can look at that and say, well, it's 85. But what if your number was, I don't know, 162 and 213? Would you know what was right in the middle of that number? No, you can't just easily see what it is. So they're giving you easy numbers so that you can learn how to do it, and you're going to know if you did it right or not, okay? So what do? We add these two numbers together. 80 plus 90 is 170. And then, because what we're doing is we're averaging these numbers, right? So get a total, then average by divide it by however many numbers you have. 1, 2. So 170 divided by 2, 85. So 85 is our median number, the number in the middle. Median, middle, okay? Hopefully those are little cues that can help you remember which is which. And the way that we got it is we listed from least to greatest. We found the middle of our data. There was not a number there. So we averaged those two numbers together and found our median of 85. That's your explanation, because it asked to explain how you found your answer. I just explained what we did, right? Okay, let's look at D. All right. Okay, every X on this line plot stands for the age of a child attending a party. How many children attended the party? Okay, so you've got a line plot here. Here's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So these are their ages, right? Okay, so it says there was one 8-year-old, there were 3 9-year-olds, there were 5 10-year-olds, there was 2 11s, and 1 12. Okay, guys, it's me. It's not the door. It's me. Okay, every X on this line plot stands for the age of a child attending a party. How many children attended the party? Well, all we have to do is count the X's, right? So let's see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 children. What is the mode of the ages? So what age had the most children? Easy peasy. The 10-year-olds. There were more 10-year-olds there than anyone else. Okay? All right. That's all I have for you. Hopefully, if you couldn't keep up, play the video back. Go through them again with me, okay? I wanted to do the problems with you today because I think that working them is the best way to learn something sometimes. When it comes to mean, median, mode, and range, I think just kind of doing it really helps you to figure out what it is you're doing. So, see you next time.